Welcome back to another video, y'all. Today, I know you're probably like, why do you have a vest on? This is actually just like a back brace because I'm gonna be bending over into the car today, as y'all can. Whoa.
Stop it. Get some help.
I am replacing the valve cover gasket. We will be getting rid of this old valve. Hold on, this is just a plastic cover. We will be getting rid of this old valve cover gasket. If y'all look closely, y'all can tell this thing has been leaking for quite some time. So we're gonna go ahead and get this thing replaced because it looks pretty bad in there. I'm not gonna lie. Over here we have the new valve cover gasket. This is the aluminum one. We're taking out the plastic, replacing it with aluminum. It'll be a lot better. I'm also gonna replace the PCV valve in the back, which will go right there. Looks like this one actually came with one, so that's good to know. Really be like a step by step, but it kind of, you guys will go through me with the process if I run into any hiccups. All these videos are online. Working on the Abandoned 335 day by day, and this is the first thing we're gonna do to the engine. All right, y'all. So I got the 18 on there, which help us. It's gonna help us get this brace off, and it's right here. And you don't have to take that one out all the way. Then to do these bars on each side, it's gonna be the E14. That's just tight. Go ahead, try with extension instead. Alright. How dangerous is it to ride without one of these? Because at this point, I don't think she's coming back on. That one came out a lot better. This is how far I got right now. I went ahead and disconnected the O2s, or the clamps for them. The PCV valve hose I took off. These 4 clamps is a bitch, but I've seen some on the forums that makes it a lot easier. Instead of trying to get a flathead, you would just pinch these two and pinch the bottom as you pull, and it come off a lot easier. Even though I broke one side, everybody's breaking like 4. But see, like for instance, there's this one right here. Hold on, make sure you guys can see. There's this one right here. So when I pull out this one, all I would have to do is pinch it like this, like so, and pull on it, pinch it and pull on it, and then it will come out. I just need 2 hands to do it. That's how you do that. I'm gonna take that out, put that to the side. Then I'm gonna clamp all these hoses out of my way, push these out of my way, and then we're gonna start unloosening these fuel rails. And yeah, we're gonna go from there. I have a oil catch can, so now that I know I had to take all that off, I might just go ahead and install the oil catch can, upload that video in parts with this one. I don't want to make it too long. All right, guys, so I just finished disconnecting the O2, moving all the wires over there. Also just finished unloosening the fuel rail, which a little fuel came out, so the pressure was released. I got it unloosening 4 11mm. I'm sorry if it's windy. These 4 11mm bolts, and I come to realize I don't have one in here. Clear indication that this car was worked on before me, so I'm gonna actually run to the store, see if I can pick one of those bolts up and replace it while I'm out, because I do have to get a 10mm extension, because I thought I brought one but I can't find it. So yeah, that's where we at right now. Loosen all of the fuel rails on this side here. I'm gonna show y'all the last one I did. So I'm gonna kind of leave y'all hanging. I say it's not a tutorial, but I figured I'd help y'all out. These right here, I just loosened them up. You want to put a rag under it when you loosen it, just in case there's, you know, there's gonna have a little gas come out. Mine thankfully didn't. I haven't drove the car in like 2 days, so go ahead and loosen it, and then you can see no gas really came out of that one, so that's good. And I got that all loosened up. Now we're going to just take the whole rail off. I should be able to just go ahead and remove that fuel rail. Just gonna set this to the side. So y'all should be looking like this right now if y'all following the steps. Fuel rails off, all the connections are ready. I didn't see anything about removing this hose, but I might have to go ahead and remove this vacuum hose. I actually have the replacement for that as well. So yeah, they're right here. So I might just disconnect them really quick when I remove the valve. Oh, I had y'all zoomed in, my bad. I think y'all heard me now. Yeah, I ran into my first hiccup where I don't have a deep enough socket for the 10mm bolt that you have to unbolt here at the bottom and in the back. Quick run, which is a quick run, even quicker run for y'all. So go get that socket, but we're almost there. Handle, but the job wasn't that bad, man. Altogether, I was watching videos here and there, but I would say altogether this job is like 2.5 hours, 3 hours max.
6 months later.
All right, yeah, I know that was quick for y'all, but it's been like 2 hours of me trying to find a long socket 10mm bolt. So I did find that. I was able to get them off, able to get the 3 bolts off. They were a pain in the ass, so just when you put it over it, just send it. That's the best advice I got. But now I'm gonna go ahead and use the E10 and get all of the surrounding bolts off, and then the valve cover should pop right out after that. I finally got all the bolts out and unloosened. I'm gonna just pull it off. Hold on. Pulling off. Straight up. Move those to the side. And that, my friend, is the valve cover gasket out. Alright, y'all, we got the valve cover off. I'm gonna go ahead and get this cleaned up with some shop rags right here. Get most of this oil cleaned up, and then go ahead and throw the new one in. Just kind of gonna dab it up. Now you're not supposed to put like any chemical or anything in like that, because this is a bare fucking engine. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that real quick while I got the little sunlight that I do have. Replace the PCV valve with this one here, but it actually came with one in there already. I already opened up to see if it was in there, so I can go ahead and return this and get my money back. Perfect. Ow. Alright boys, she's all in here. Now I'm gonna go ahead and tighten it up. Luckily I don't have to use the old oily bolts anymore. They came with a new cap and some new bolts. I'm actually going to be replacing this one too with another aluminum top. Oh, it came with the freaking hard to screw these suckers too, so that's good. Let's start putting these bad boys on. I'm so excited. I feel so good. This maintenance was like $900 to $1,400 to go ahead and do this, and honestly wasn't that bad. Spent most of my time going to get tools, and personally I like the aluminum. Might go ahead and upgrade everything to aluminum, make it nice and shiny, right? All right, y'all, she's all bolted up and pretty now. Now I just gotta put everything back together step by step. I am running out of sunlight right now, so I'm gonna hurry up and do this. Alright y'all, so this is where we at right now. As y'all can tell, it is dark on me, but I did have a little light here. Got everything tightened up. It was about 30-40 minutes ago since I talked to y'all. Alright y'all, she running strong, sounding good. Fresh, nice little cold start. Haven't driven her all day. Actually haven't been driven in 2 days, so I didn't see any performance leaks or anything like that, so she is sitting in there nice and right. It is crazy late out here right now, so I'm gonna catch up with y'all tomorrow. So it's the next day. I forgot to show y'all the finished product. And everything, but here's how everything came out. Nice and tight, nice and still. It's been I forgot to actually put my O2s up. Alright y'all, so we got the O2s back mounted. But everything is back bolted up, back clean. I did notice there's no more smoke, so if you do have a lot of smoke coming from your tailpipe, and mine was coming from the tailpipe and like underneath this section, which made me believe it was a valve cover gasket. So if this is like hopefully a video that's gonna persuade y'all to change out valve cover gasket, there's no more exhaust or no more smoke coming from the exhaust at all. As y'all can see, we don't have no more white smoke coming out of the exhaust. Sometimes it'll be creeping out of there, especially like I said at stops, but we're back up and running. Don't mind the car is dirty. We will be cleaning the car soon. I got all my dirty fingerprints all over here from working on it the other day. Old valve cover gasket. I never showed y'all this. Mine is surprisingly not brittle. Let's see if I can show y'all. Look, it's not brittle, it's not breaking. It's still kind of like flexible, so I think I have a crack. I'm gonna spend some time and look to see if I got a crack in the valve cover gasket to see why I was smoking the way it was. But all I know is since I replaced it, it doesn't crack anymore. But I'm hopping in the X7 right now. I was gonna go ahead and do a POV, but and the car, I realized I didn't have a chip in the GoPro, but I did include the clips y'all seen right before this of the car kind of like going down and parking, and usually it would smoke up like crazy right there, which is kind of like a good example of like what I was explaining, that it doesn't smoke anymore at all. So if your car is overly smoking at red lights, when you put it in reverse, when you're going like first gear, second gear in traffic, it's 9 times out of 10 a valve cover gasket. I didn't believe it. I thought it was all turbo smoke, but it's just oil burning and hitting the downpipes and accumulation of oil in that valve cover gasket. I hope this video helped y'all. I hope it was interesting. If you have any questions, comment down below. Appreciate y'all for watching. See y'all in the next video. Peace.